Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. Time to do some painting. You know what? F the countdown. Let's just go. What up? Got a few things that we're working on this evening. Couple of things. First of all, the first thing we're going to paint, homeboy R2D2, little tiny guy. Got to do all of his blue tonight, so that's the first project we're going to do. Probably going to hurt my eyes a good bit. Second project is this Doctor Strange. I got this, someone else painted this, and I wasn't quite happy with some of the detailing on it, so I'm going to go in and just sort of fix some of the smudges and things on the cape. So that's tonight's painting projects. I'm gonna send out a couple of things here while I'm doing this. Actually, we'll go with this while I'm doing this. Yeah, we gotta send out some links so that people will see what we're doing, right? Copy. Guys, 1 second. I wanted to go ahead and start it. Getting there. Drawing a blank. Oh yeah. The Twitter. It's different now. I couldn't quite find it. And last one, I promise. Alright. I think we're done. We've done them all now. So, we can get to R2D2. R2D2 next here. What's in this palette? Oh, let's see. Alright, so I'm going to use my wet palette for this, and I am using, this is just some Master's Touch paint that I have, and we're going to use it. It's a really dark blue. I had tried some other blues that I had, and it came out really, really light. Blind you guys real quick. Turn my painting light on. It just came out really light and wasn't happy with that at all. So we're going to try a little bit darker color paint, and this is just some Master's Touch that we had. I didn't really feel like going out and buying a whole nother blue just for this one mini. So I'm hoping that this is going to be the shade we're looking for. This is the shade we're looking for, folks. Haha, haha. Go ahead and bust out the Stunna shades. I know I'm going to need them for this. This is like some super tiny, super duper tiny detail work. So I'll do as much as I can before my eyes say no. Because this is going to suck. I can tell right now. It was starting to bother me when I was working on it before with the other paint, so is what it is. Yeah, it's a very dark blue. I think that'll probably be what we're looking for. It's going to be anyway. Alrighty. Where's R2? We're gonna stick him up on the painting pedestal here. Put R2 up high. Makes it a little easier for me to work with him. And here we go. Hold your breath, folks. This is going to be a doozy. That's the blue we're looking for, folks. I believe we have found the correct paint color. Just got to be very, very, very careful with it. We're working in a very, very small area. So far, so good. Got our first little panel done. Glad to be back painting. I've been working on the last couple weeks on the stream. I've been working on building terrain. I haven't been painting in a couple weeks. We're all done with that nonsense. Got our terrain good and finished. To get back with some silver and hit these little spots in between these panels. Thin this paint out some. It's really got it on my wet palette, but I need it's yeah, I need to add some more water to it. Do that quick. Luckily, I keep water handy. Like 1, 2 drops of water to that. Stir that up. It's getting very, very it's really wanting to gloop up on the model. It's not good. I'm happy with the color. That's more what we're looking for. We just gotta thin that paint out a little bit. See what that does for me. See how that treats me. Too much water. I think the problem was the paint. I was using the paint right on the top that it kind of I guess not crystallized, but glued up a little bit. A little too much. Got a little too much. Add some more. Show you what I'm doing. Just adding some more. Whoa! See, that was a lot of paint just came out. A lot of paint. So I'm gonna stir it up. Add some water. And maybe 2 drops of water here. 1, 2. It's like a paint log right there. Alright. I'm just trying to spread the paint around. Thin it out a little bit. It's going a little too gloopy onto our model here. Paint on R2-D2. Yeah, the paint I tried on him last time, it was just too light. So I've got something that's a lot darker now that I think is going to be perfect. Just got to get it thinned down a little bit. You can see I've painted a couple of the lines with the darker blue already versus the light blue that's on his head. Yeah, it was way too light. So, try to touch these little areas. Oh yeah, much better. Yeah, I put the paint on the wet palette and thought I had enough water on there to thin it out, but it was coming out a little gloopy, so we fixed that problem. We've already got what's his name? We've already got his buddy C-3PO. He's done. So hello, my friend R2-D2. I'm ready to play tabletop games with you. Yep, we're getting there. We are getting there, R2. Else when you got the right paint. But this is also a mini that I can't just paint forever. Like it's like so much fine detail. It'll start to really bother me eyes. So gotta listen to my body. We'll go as far as I can on this tonight. We'll see. I've definitely switched from. So I've been building terrain on here, streaming that for like the last 2 weeks. I finally finished my terrain. So I've gone from terrain, like, very large pieces, to doing like the tiniest details that I have on models with doing R2-D2 here. But that's a good way to do it. Alternate between doing something super duper detailed and something not quite so detailed, so that your eyes get a little break. Perfect. I mean, you can see that paint that I was using originally on his top of his head there, how light that is versus what I'm using now. This is more. This is like more of the droids we're looking for right here. Just gonna. What next? What part of it do we want to do next? I got a lot. I mean, pick your poison. There's a lot of blue. I'm gonna do the little viewport around his eye here. Hold my breath on this one. Camera, yep. Just making sure you guys can see what I'm doing. I tend to move around, and old Boba Fett here is kind of my placeholder. If I'm painting over Boba Fett, I know that you guys can see what I'm doing. Boba Fett from he's in the Quentin Tarantino movie mode right now. Not Reservoir Dogs. What's the Quentin Tarantino movie where he's like, does Marcellus Wallace have like a biatch? Later, I'm busy. If one of you guys know, feel free to chime in. Quentin Tarantino movie with John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson. Pulp Fiction. Gotcha. Yeah, this is Pulp Fiction Boba Fett here. See, he's got his boy Darth Vader. There we go. We can get both of them on camera, so I can stay right in the middle. Switch to a larger brush to do that part on his head because that's so much more surface area on that. But what I'm doing right now, stick to the little guy. Kind of had this one set to the side, like I've sort of been dreading for a little bit of getting to this one. Like I knew it was just going to be small detail central. Junky with I was got too much paint on that brush. I was using that light colored blue, and so now I'm chose to use a different color, a little bit on the viewport, but that's fine. We're going to put black on that anyway. But some of the parts are going to have that light blue undercoat, and some of them aren't. We'll see. I hope I didn't mess up and need to go put an undercoat on to have it all look the same, but so far I've only painted parts that I already had that undercoat on, and they look fine. As we get around to the other, so you haven't painted that with any blue, and it'll be this darker blue, so we'll see how it looks. So let's do that now. Let's start. I can take a quick peek at a reference picture, but I think all that is blue. Yeah, it's all blue around there. It is separated, so I'll take a little. It's going to have a little silver line. Just a really fine silver in between each. And this isn't one straight. It's not one straight panel here. It's boom, 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 and then kind of a larger panel. But for the most part, this is blue. Let me clean my brush a little bit. Been sitting here with paint on a while. Yeah, this Sunday, man, I've had a pretty good weekend. I've been playing some board games with friends, and we were up till like 2:30 or something one night playing them, and then next night close to midnight. So ended up taking a nice long nap today after recovering from a grueling weekend of playing board games. A tough life, but someone has to do it, I guess. So now I'm doing my normal Sunday routine of doing a little painting in the evening. So these first few panels down this side are separated, and then you got a really long panel after that. I have so many minis to paint right now, like between getting into Marvel Crisis Protocol and already had a good chunk of Star Wars done, but I wasn't done with all my Star Wars stuff. And I decided to try another game as well. So I have a lot of models, and it's like you want to get them all done, but you want them to look good too. You don't want to like skimp out on the quality of what you're doing. So I'm still trying to make these models look really good, best I can. This R2-D2 is going to be one of the more difficult ones that I'm doing just because it's so very tiny. lot of detail. On the bottom, got it from all angles here. Thank God I got these like magnifying glasses on, or there's no way I could do this. Getting there. I guess I should go ahead and paint the. I mean, these. I'll just go ahead and go right across on his face. It's like all these little panels around his face should be blue too. Yeah, I'm trying to look at the pictures. So there's like a little red dot in there. That'll look cool. You know you're doing well. You're at a good point in the model when you're putting the little red dot in the middle of all the other mess there. So just trying to look at some reference photos on my own here. As that panel comes around, that's blue. Like basically everything, just about everything on this front is blue on these panels here. So we've even got, Big Boy here to help me I keep a little R2-D2 next to me on the desk to help me with looking at what I'm doing as far as what needs to be blue and whatnot. Super detailed work. Any of you folks watching, any of you guys do any of this, play any tabletop games and do any painting? Just curious. Yeah, it looks really bad. Those first two panels I just put the paint on the wet palette and it was not getting as much water as I wanted in the paint. So it went on really thick and it looks really bad. But after I noticed it, I added more water to my paint to thin it out, and it's going on a lot better now. Just don't look at those first two panels on the on the side very closely. It will be okay. Mm. Mm. So those two little things on the front are not blue. That is not blue, but the other ones are. 100%. The other ones are. I got a lot of deep blue details to do tonight. There's a lot of little tiny things on the R2-D2. Oh my god. Can he get it done in one night? I don't know. I do not know. I'm good to paint, but it's my eyes that might say otherwise. There, that was good. There's one little line right there. That's good. Yeah, this paint's going on great now. Definitely helps when you have the right paint color. Otherwise, it makes for either a very long day or a very short day because you realize it ain't gonna work and you just quit. Go ahead and paint this little ring that goes all the way around. I'm gonna do that next. cause that sort of start to bring it together with what I've already done here. Perfect. Looking good, my man. You are certainly the droids we're looking for. Just like paint the whole front. Everything I can with a tiny brush before I switch to the larger brush and do the top of the head. That one side looks so bad. Where I before I got the thick before I thinned down the paint. I'm playing Witcher 3 a good bit this weekend too, like just in the mornings, some downtime. Lay around, drink some coffee, and play Witcher. Just didn't really feel like streaming that. I guess I streamed Witcher last weekend or something. Or no, one day this week. The game's really good. Really good game, Witcher 3. Too. Yeah. Most of the back is blue. It does have some separation on a couple of panels. For the most part, this whole back section, the whole little panel there. I have to go back with some silver and kind of pick out in between the panels a little bit. T90. T90 painting. Reference, dude. Believe that has got a little blue there on that. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing. It's gonna be blue. Paint goes on really well. I'm pleased with it. Now that I watered it down a little bit, it's doing much better. Wet palettes are great, but you gotta make sure that you got enough water on them that it'll actually thin the paint. Otherwise, you got some mess. Oh boy, please do, sir. I would love for you to get one. I've got I'll give you a roll of filament to set aside as John's roll of filament, and I've uh I've got like 2 rolls of filament and a bunch of files already to print my terrain for Star Wars. So the one I was looking at was Bamboo Labs. Was it Bamboo Labs? I forget what the name of it was, but it was a big box with a case. Price on their website was like $600. The lower end one price wise I was looking at was called the Ender 3. The reading stuff is like you buy just the base one, and then you end up having to put all these upgrade kits and parts on it to try to get it, um, to get it better, and you're going to spend just about as much as you would on the nicer printers. What kind of stuff are you looking to 3D print? If I had one, I would be able to like cut like all of my minis and things. I would like really customize out their bases, like just print all kinds of little doodads to put on them. But yeah, they are very cool doodads. Very cool gadgets. I've been trying to get rid of stuff in my house just to. I really can't. I don't have room for one or anything really. I got to get rid of some stuff in here before I can really get into anything else if I wanted to. All this mushroom gear I've got everywhere. Putting stuff up for sale on eBay like crazy. I'm just gonna paint. Just gonna paint all in there because I'm gonna come back with silver and pick these parts out. But I want to get the edges of the boxes in here as well with blue. R2D2. I need to see if I can see something for his backside. R2D2 backside. There we go. Good old Pinterest helping me out. It looks like everything is pretty much blue. I think we're good. Okay. Here's my sample R2. God, he's like not even he's about the size of the little small foot. Little guy. Trying to see if there's any little Any more little edges around here I want to hit? See, a lot of spots I'm going to have to pick out the silver on. But the silver metallic is a great paint. It covers really well, so any like little blemishes that I've bled over with the blue where I want to have I might want to have some silver is going to be really easy to fix. Silver metallic just covers up whatever you put it on. Okie. We've got I've got all the panels around the edge of around the bottom of the dome and everything. Now I just gotta get the top of the dome here, and I'll be done with his head. So I'm gonna switch to a larger brush for that. That is not as tiny detailed as everything else there. Silver will save the day at the end of the day. Probably go with this. This is a two size brush. Let's see how much of his body I can do with that brush as well. Also heavy. But you can see, like, I mean, it's so small. Like on the actual one, you see how there's silver in between all these panels. On this guy, it's just so tiny that I pretty much just paint the whole thing, and then I'll go in with a small silver brush afterwards and just pick out these little areas in between. Let's go R2-D2. Be ready for some secret missions. There's like for this Legion game, there's like that's what R2-D2 does. There's like secret missions that he can go on and score you extra points. Good, looking good. It's actually going on much easier than I thought. Like, it's not that bad. The paint's going on easy, so it's not driving me crazy. Trying to pick out all these details and having to put 8 coats of paint on it or something. I think we're pretty much going to be a one and done for coats of paint for blue anyway. Take my watch off so I don't drag it across the on my little paint mat on my desk. I'll sort of wipe off excess paint. when I put paint on the brush. Don't want to drag my wrist across that and get some nice lovely blue R2-D2 paint on my watch. My Crocs have pink paint on them from where I dropped this can of this little pot of pink paint on the floor the other night, and it popped open and got all over the carpet, and we have a nice pink stain on the carpet, which is great. But just noticed today that I got pink paint on my Crocs. I have like gray Crocs, and now they got some nice pink splatters. So I don't know. I guess it gave them some character. They're not dull gray anymore, but also not too crazy about having pink Crocs either. So get these got a few little spots on there for that you can see the light blue from my first coat. So I'm just trying to cover those up. I'm gonna have to go around the whole edge there with the dark blue. Ooh, R2-D2, you're so tiny. Why you gotta have so many little details? Are you trying to melt my eyes, brother? It's supposed to be on my side. You're one of the good guys. Let's paint off. Ooh. Yeah, let me know when you get that 3D printer, man. I'll provide you with a roll of tape to set aside for my projects. I really just the main thing I want right now is get my Geonosius terrain printed for Star Wars Legion, so that I can have a good looking mat to play on. I've got the files and everything. Really printing something that's on my radar, but I don't know. Maybe when I'm finished with some minis. All right, we've done. I think we're done. Oh, whoa. Just saw a spot that needed some more paint. The top of his viewport, you can still see a little bit of that light blue paint peeking out from our first coat. Excellent. So that's the hardest part, I think. Well, I hope. we still got to do still got to go down and do all the blue detailing on here. This is gonna be very small. I'm gonna switch back to the small brush. Oh, I got a lot more to go. I'm not even close. What am I talking about? There's I'm going with the head, but with the blue on his head, but there's a ton more of this blue detailing everywhere. So hang in there, folks. We got a lot of painting to do tonight. An awful lot of painting to do. And we got Doctor Strange here. I got this model used from someone else who'd already painted it, and you can see clear as daylight on this camera. All this just it's kind of a ratty job on his cape. I think that should be yellow. So I mean that's black. That needs to be yellow. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go fix his cape. I hope I get to that tonight. I don't know. There's a lot of R2D2 to do. So I don't know. We'll see what we can get done. I'm looking back at my pictures again. So it's not a ton of stuff on the front. Actually, yeah, the front, it's not bad, actually. There's not a whole lot of blue on his front, depending on which, yeah, what you're looking at. Basically, these little, got these little, let me try to show you what I'm doing here. Yeah, these little blue bands in the front, and there's gonna be some blue around this. And then that little thing right there is going to be a pain. That's not going to be easy. And then a little blue around this fan. So there's not. I guess I have done most of the blue work actually. Yeah. That little thing on the side might just end up being painted all silver. That's so small. No. That is so small. I don't know. Well, this little thing right here, that little panel, like it's got blue in the inside the silver, but at this scale that I'm doing, it might end up just being all silver. So back we go. R2D2. Clear as day thing to paint blue is these little panels. Who knows? We're gonna get them painted though. He must be busy shopping for printers. He said he was shopping, and then I asked him about it and never heard back. So he's on it shopping right now. Getting there, guys. Getting there. Did two. On, son, you are looking good. Mm-mm. Any of you guys, has everyone in here watched Ahsoka yet? The new show that came out last week. Looks like it's the direct continuation of Star Wars Rebels, basically. I thought it was really good. The first they had 2 episodes at launch, and I thought it was great. Oh, I got you. I thought maybe you were shopping for printers. Whisper silently in your ear then. Hello, Nate. Yeah, I'll come back with some, probably a really, with some white or something and just dab on some of these panels a little bit. Mm, this is getting very close to each other, the panels. Hmm, one is a lot darker than the other one. What happened there? I'm going to darken that back up. Same. Or two, buddy. Getting there. You're wanting to mess with my eyes, aren't you? They designed you, they weren't like thinking about making a droid that was miniature painting friendly. That was not part of the equation back in the 70s when they made you. That little panel painted there. All right, man. Have a good one. Um, paint around this little box in his chest. Let me wash my brush a little bit. Have a little drink over here. Breakfast of Champions. Although breakfast was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And this little panel. Yeah, I've mainly been working on trying to do Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff, but I've had R2 and 3PO on my bench for a while. So I wanted to go ahead and finish him before I dive into something else. Because once I start another project, who knows? Might be a month or so before I get back to him. Kind of a deadline I'm trying to hit with Marvel painting. I'm have like an event to go play at in November, so I'm trying to get as much done as I can to take with me in November. I think it's pretty much going to be I've got to just pick what teams I'm going to try to make and just paint those minis, because I'm not going to be able to get all of my minis painted, my Marvel minis. I'm not going to be able to get them all painted by November. It's just not going to happen. I have around 50 of them to paint. So I'm just kind of going to figure out what teams I'm planning to play. And based on kind of what I've already got done, I think I'm going to be looking to do either Web Warriors like Spider-Man team or Spider Villains. One of those two. I've already got a lot of them painted already. I will knock out this Doctor Strange because it's just touch up. Alright, I think I've got that panel. Good, man. He is starting to look like R2-D2. Got that paint on way too thick in some spots, but it is what it is. I think I probably can pick that out. Let's try it. I don't know about that little spot in his chest. That's gonna be. I feel like that's gonna just be silver. I don't really think that's worth even trying to paint. Yeah, we're just gonna paint that all silver. That'll be all silver. That's gonna be silver right there. Silver. Okay. We got some blue. We got some blue right in there, and that's it. And then we got the leg panels. I don't think there's really any blue on his back, hardly. We'll look at some pictures in a second, but there's not a lot of blue on the backside. Let's just see how this comes out. You know what? I'm just going to paint the whole inside of it blue. Then come back with silver. And try to pick some lines out. And if it doesn't work, then we just end up painting the whole thing silver. It's so tiny. Alright. Definitely gonna have to come pick out and come back with some white and touch up in there, but doesn't look so bad. Now we're gonna move on to just working our way around. We're gonna do the legs now. Looks like the legs are like Let's see. Legs are blue with white in the middle. Sorry, silver in the middle. Yep. There's a lot of blue. A lot of blue in this leg piece. That little center there. Blue. Well, let's get painting. I use a larger brush because there's it's just pretty much the whole area there is blue. Yeah, there's really not. I mean, most of the blue is on his head. There's not a ton in the other areas. Ooh, way too much paint on that brush. That's my point. Brush is about had it, I think. My small brush. Blue, I'm blue. Leave my me. Blue all over that strut, but like I said, um, silver metallic's a wonderful paint. It covers everything really good. So, too terribly worried about it. Just color the whole thing. Two. You were something else, my friend. It'll be silver. Kind of zoned out, guys. I was just like in the zone, painting right there. Forgot I was even here. Got that blue, that strut done over there. We got to come around here and do the other one. Once you do one, you kind of know where you got to paint for the second one. You don't have to go look at pictures anymore. I had to look at some pictures on that first one. I'm just painting the whole thing and coming back with silver afterwards because you end up touching. Whoops. You end up touching some parts you don't want to touch anyway. So I'll just touch the whole thing and come back and put silver over the whole inner strut. Come on, two. You are the droids we're looking for, sir. You certainly are. Just gotta put the paint in the right spots. And not in the wrong spots. R2-D2. A friendly neighborhood droid coming to the tabletop near you shortly. Obviously. What's supposed to be white. Definitely gonna have a lot of touch up to come back and do, but I mean that's kind of to be expected on something this small. Clean there, pretty clean. That little lower part of the strut down there just kind of goes over this. Better on this one than the first one. Okay, son. Let me take a quick peek. I think I've painted all the blue. There might be something on that front leg. I wouldn't be surprised. Be surprised if there's something on that front. No, the front leg is all white. I don't think there's anything on his back. Like, the back is all... I mean, according to this one. according to this one that I got here, there's not much blue back here. So you got a little panel back there. I think toys is not 100% accurate best thing to do. I'll find a better picture. Yeah, he appears to be all silver back there. Just trying to find some stuff on him, but yeah, where's some panel that's a silver? I think that's the way to go. That little everything appears to be silver. That's silver. Trying to find some pictures and look at him a little better. Yeah, we got a few silver panels to do, but all right. I think it's time to bust out the silver paint and try to see what we can do here. Got a lot of touch up to do, that's for sure. Just going to grab the regular palette. Do some silver time. We win any awards with this guy, I don't think. Looks a lot better. Looks a lot better. Just doing one line. I've only done one line, but big fan of silver metallic paint. Just cleans things up so well. Oops. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it to Doctor Strange tonight. This is gonna take me a while. Just going in right now and picking out. Already painted silver here. I'm just going back in and picking out the separations between these different blue panels. There's a line in between each one of them. Very, very fine line. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to have to come back over that one. It's so good on the other one. Yeah, I'm not careful. This could become one of those projects where you touch one color up, then end up having to go touch the other color back. Just had way too much paint on my brush on that one that I tried a second ago. Come on. Getting there. Getting there, folks. What's going to be tough is where on some parts where I bled blue onto the white areas a little bit. Tough to fix. Yeah. Going okay. Let's see. Dang. Yeah, I'm gonna have to touch that back up with blue. Oh no. Might be a back and forth project. This is where it'll start to hurt my eyes. I gotta be careful here. Hmm. Yeah, we're getting there. We got fucked up. That's this is gonna be a back and forth touch up battle. Let me tell. Spot to pick out right there for sure. This front that needs silvering up. Panels in there. This little doodad. We tried to paint blue. Hey, that kind of worked actually. Now I'm putting silver over it. Got a little hint of blue in there. That worked. Hmm. These little panels around the back are silver. And then this little part is silver. Stuff back here. Silver. I get these little struts, the inner struts. Love me some silver metallic paint, man. It's just a easy fix when you got something to touch up. It's great. Neck's starting to hurt. Bent over so hard looking at this thing so close. Woof. Up on my neck. Two, you're a pain in my neck, literally. C3PO probably says the same thing about you sometimes. Here. Oh, man, my neck. I had to quit pretty soon. Silver. Alrighty. Oh, definitely got some touch up to come back and do. But it looks pretty decent. Go ahead and hit some touch up with blue. We got so much paint sitting here that I can fix it. Wait for that to dry. It's not. I'm trying to cover up some of this silver where I bled silver. I mean, it's just not quite dry yet, so I think we're at a good spot to call it for the evening. Just about. It's right, that little viewport on the front. I got really silver on top of that. I need to fix that. Just kind of dabbing in there. I think that's good, guys. I think that is about where we want to leave off tonight. Cool. All right, that's our R2D2 for the evening. I think we will call it on that one. So thank you all for hanging out tonight. Probably see you guys back on Tuesday.